Hello everybody, the lottery guy here, Chris, and today I want to show everyone how to get their numbers on the tic-tac-toe, and I want to show you how to do that, and it's very simple how to do it, and you can actually go back within a short amount of time, get your old numbers for the last probably 30 drawings, and you can do this yourself, or you can just take and start now and just add to your pattern. So for the ones that has never done the tic-tac-toe, for the ones that's never done that, this is how it works. The 51514 is the previous number. You do that straight up down in the middle block. This right here, you would go from across at the angle right here and write the 514 in. Same way right here, 514 right there. Then if you look at the page, you'll see a +1, -1, +1, -1, okay? And then what you do is you go around the block and you add. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Don't carry the 1, so you do the 0. Okay, in the same way you do on every block. So for this one here is going to be a -1. Then you have a +1. And then you have a -1. So you had to go all the way around. Then you look at your mirror numbers. Okay. And this is how you do your mirror numbers. Okay, I've explained this in previous videos. So if you want to go back to the previous videos, it'll make this video a little bit faster, because the next numbers are going to be a little more difficult and take a little more time. But in the end, it's very worth the effort, because it produces winning numbers. It produces a lot of numbers, but if you do the 50 cents, chances of it you winning $250 pretty often is really great. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you some of the previous drawing. Okay, this drawing right here is going to be the 13th of February, which today is the 15th of February. And I'm going to go on some of these. I have them dated, but you do not have to go in order. Okay, if you look right here, you'll see on the side right here, you'll see the non-mirror number would be a 4, 7, and then you have a mirror number, which will be a 5. And the only thing I do is I come over here to mine, and I copycat those numbers. Okay, I just move this over here so I can kind of get it close. Okay, right here you have 4, 7, and a 5. 4, 7, and a 5. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and I'm going to look at these numbers on this other page. And this is going to be a 9. It's going to be a 1. And this is going to be a 0. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write in 9, 1, 0. And then I'm going to equal. What I'm going to do is I'm going to equal it up. 9 plus 1 is 10. And that's where your sum is. Okay, excuse me. And then if you look over here to the next number, on where I just got the 910, you'll do the same thing here. You'll see right here, this number here is going to be 4, 5, 7. Okay, I'll look right here. It's going to be 901. Is the same pattern. So since it's the same pattern, and it will still come up with the same number as number 10, I'll leave one number down instead of writing in that number again, and that way I've only got one number to that total of sum, which all three numbers is the same in a different order. So you can change that up as you go by looking at this 910. If you want to change that up to 019, whenever you take and put it on your card, that'd be great, if that's how you want to do it. So what I'm looking for is change numbers. Okay, what I'm looking for right here is 754. Okay, let's see if it changes any. 109. It did not change. It still come out to the same number. So this next one, see if it changes any. we're going to be 0, 9, 1. And all those three numbers stay the same, just different orders. That's why I only wrote it down one time. 9, 1, 0, I only wrote it down as 10. So whenever you're running these numbers off of previous drawings, you're going to have that quite often where you have the same number that's going to show up on your board and come up all the way across. So what we'll do next is we'll go to the next one. Since we have one number, we will come to the next one. Okay. The next number is going to be on a different date. This is going to be February the 14th, Valentine's Day. This previous Valentine's Day. Okay. So we're looking at the first block. It's going to be 5, 4, and then a mirror number over here would be 1. Okay. With that mirror number being 1, what we're going to do is we're going to come over here and do the same thing. We're going to look at 4, 1. The mirror number will be 1. So then we will write that down. 4, 1, 1 equals 6. Okay, whichever order you want to write these down is your choice, because the number can come up 1, 4, 1. It could come up any of those combo patterns. So how you write it down is your choice. But what I do is I look at the previous drawings and figure out which number I want it to start out with. Because if 4 hasn't come up for a long period of time, I'll do that. But what I try to do is I'll do like a couple 9s, the first number being 9, and maybe 2 or 3 numbers being 4. And I'll kind of change it up so that 0 through 9 is covered all the way throughout the process. And that way you're going to have, your first number is definitely going to be correct on so many numbers. Okay, so what we done was we come up with 416 on that. Okay, now we're going to come up with the next one. It's going to be 451 there. We're going to look at this one. It's kind of hard to do this while looking at both sheets of paper. Sorry about that. So this is the second one. Okay, so it would be 9, 6, 1. Okay, so we'll write that down. 9, 6, 1 equals 16. Okay, if you look at this, 961 is not showing up anywhere I've written down. So that's why I chose to go ahead and write it down, even though it's in the second block, on the -1 block. That's how you come up with all these different numbers, if you see on the previous drawings that I've come up with. Now, if you look right here, February the 14th, the number come up in the drawing was 514. You see right here on my list, I did not have it in the same order, in the correct order. It was 4, 5, 1, and it equaled 10. 10 in Mississippi is a very, very, very popular number. That would be a number that you can almost play you can play it every single time. Whenever you're figuring up your numbers, make sure you put a 10 in there, because it will show up really, really often. And I forgot to say it on this right here, on this previous number on this. The number that the drawing, look at here. It come up right here. 754 equals 16 on the sum. And out of all these numbers, believe it or not, I did not win, because I was trying different strategies at the same time. So I only picked a few numbers I got marked in the green arrows, which is my fault. Before I started doing the other strategies on different ones, I dedicated all my money to this one tic-tac-toe. And if I would have continued doing that, which I'm going back to doing that now, if I would have continued doing that, I would have more wins. Because right here, I would have had that number in there. This is 40 numbers. This blocks right here, between here and all the way across, there's 40 numbers. If you look, over here I had add-in numbers, a lot more than 40. So if you're not careful and you get too many numbers, you're going to spend more money than what it is to win if you have a couple of losing streaks. Okay, going on from there, we had the 961. Okay, let's see if this number changes on the next block. The third block over, be a +1. This is going to be 4, 5, mirror number 1. Okay, let's see what we have right here. On the third block on this, it's going to be 4, 5, mirror number 1. Okay. This was the previous drawing, 4, 5, 1. It can come up like that. We don't have it over here in the past, so let's write down 4, 5, 1. Be 10. That's a different order. I don't normally do that on picking them, but I have seen where it has come up. And so what we'll do is we'll go over here on this next one. On the fourth block over, be the -1. We will look at this, and this is going to be 5, 4, 1. And what we're doing is we're trying to keep this right here in the same pattern. Okay, same pattern as that. 5, 4, 1. Come over here. We'll do 1, 1, 4. Okay, if you look right here, we have 4, 1, 1. So therefore, I'm not going to write it down twice because we only got 40 numbers to pick. We can always, whenever we're writing this down, we can choose it to pick it any direction we want to pick it. Okay, going on from there. What I'll do is I have a stack of paperwork right here. These are all previous drawings. Okay, it's a previous drawing. Previous drawing before that, and that, and that, and that, and so on. Okay, what I'll do is I'll do the same process all the way through until I get 40 numbers over here. And sometimes a few more than 40. And believe it or not, these patterns, on how the patterns come up, I cannot remember all these patterns in my head. This is the only way I know how to do this. Okay, so we'll look at this right here. We're skipping around on dates, but here's going to be 3 February of 21. And all these right here are going to be non-mirror numbers. And it's going to be in the last block, 7, 6, 0. So I'll come over here and I'll write 0, 1, 3. Now what I'll do is I'll write in any order I want. I like the number 3 really well because number 3 comes up pretty often. But the 0 and the 1, they come up also too, so you can't leave them out. So I'm going to write in 3, 1, 0 equals 4 is the sum. Okay? And then I'll look over here at the next one. It's right beside it, and it's going to be 6, 1, 0, just on this right here, +1. So we'll do it the same way. We'll go 1, 0, 3. Okay, we already have 3, 1, 0, so we're not going to do it twice. So we're just going to leave that alone. So we'll go on to the next date. The date before that, we'll go over here on that. Okay, this is how we're going to get our numbers until we fill in every single block. Okay, we're going to go over here, and we're going to say 7, 1, 8. You see how I got my line? I'm going 7, 1, 8. So I'm not touching anything else, so there's no confusion. I know which numbers to pick over here on the other block. Okay, bring it over here pretty close to that one. And we're going to do 4, 1, 4, 1, 2. Okay, and we write in 4, 1, 2 equals 7. Now we can change that around. If we want to do 2, 1, 4, we can change it around any direction we want to. The big goal is to look at your previous numbers and see if the sum of number 7 has come up very recently in the past. If it has not, then this could be a good number, and it could come up in any order. Okay, so the next number we're going to have is going to be right here. Second block is going to be 0, 7, 8. You see where I got my numbers? They're all touching just the numbers that hit, 0, 7, 8. Okay, the previous drawing number in the different order was 807. So we're going to look over here on the second block, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to copycat it. We're going to say 4, 1, 2. Okay, we look right here. We already have 4, 1, 2. So we're just going to put it, we're going to drive on and go to the next number. Okay, so what we're going to do is now is we're going to go for over here and look at the numbers that's on the winning number, 8, 7, 0. Okay, we look at our numbers over here. Look in the same order. And we're going to do 2, 1, 4. 2, 1, 4. It's a different order than the 4, 1, 2. But since we got 4, 1, 2 already written down, we're going to go on to another drawing. Okay, we just moved that on. We went to another drawing. So normally, at least out of each set of these 4 numbers, you're going to have one number you can write down, and possibly the rest of the 3 you don't have to worry about. But you have to glance over it and look. So you come up, if he comes up with a different number, you have to write that different number down. Okay, right here is going to be 4, 5, 6. You have all 3 mirror numbers because they're in the orange. And now we're going to do, look at this. That's going to be kind of, this right here is going to be 9 because it's a mirror number, 0, 1. Okay, look down here, you have 910 already. So you don't have to write it down. Go back over here till you find something new. 4, 5, 6. Okay, on the second block. Look at here, we have 901. Okay, then we go back and over here again. We look at this and we 4, 5, 6. We look over here, we have 901. This is the last block. We're going to do 4, 5, 6. Okay, 1 mirror and 2 non-mirror. So that's going to be 0, 0, 1. So that changed. The last number, the last block changed. Okay, 0, 0, 1. Okay, 0, 0, 1 equals 1 and the sum. If you look at my chart over here, where 0, 0, 1 has only come up 1 time in the state of Mississippi. So to be honest with you, I'll probably put a line through that number right there, and I'll probably just fill in that block with another number that's going to be more favorable. Okay, now we'll go on to their next block. Okay, this date right here was going to be 31 January 21. Okay, right here we're going to go right here, and we're going to do 3, 7, 0. You have a mirrored, and another mirrored, and a non-mirrored. You see how this is putting different patterns, and different how you come up with different numbers. This right here procedure is not too easy though. It's a pain in the butt, but it produces winning numbers. And that's the reason why I continue to do it, because if I can take me 30 minutes to do win $250, I'm going to spend my 30 minutes writing my numbers down. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to look, and we're going to come over here, and we're going to pair it up. So we need a 3, 7, 6. And then we write it down. 3, 1, 6 equals 10. Okay. If you look at your list, on your numbers that comes up pretty often, you'll see that number 6 on the very first number, number 6, and then you have number 3. So you can choose, and here's another 6 starting out right there. You go on up, there's another 6. So 6 is very popular. And Mississippi, the beginning number, see, I wrote this down 316, but I very well could have written it in 613, or I could take and do it all the directions that it can go. Remember what I said, number 10 is very popular in Mississippi. For whatever your state is, you have to figure out what's popular for you, what's popular drawing. Okay, the next one we're going to go to, as we are right here, we are in 730. Okay, 730. That's in the second column. 730 equals 10. Okay. Now, I'm not going to run through all the way through this whole sheet because we're running on like 20 minutes on time on what I'm spending on here. And I'm pretty sure you guys don't want to look at a 30-minute video on this right here, because right now I have a very few numbers, because I wanted to show you on the tic-tac-toe how it works. But if you see what I'm talking about, say right here, we will skip over to this last one. We'll do 730. It's going to change on this last block. Okay, it's going to be 7, 3, 6. Okay, 7, 3, 6 equals 16. You look on your chart, your previous numbers chart. Okay, the ones that's come up. If you look right here, this is a 7, starting out with a 7. Go up a little bit, there's another 7. Okay, and then you go on up, and there's more 7s. 7 is a pretty popular number. 9 is the most popular number. 9 is the most popular number that's drawn on the very first beginning than any of the rest of the numbers. Okay, then what you do is you go to, flip over here, you go to your next page. Okay, we got a winner right here. 521, I'm not 521, but 226, come up, look at there, 226, that was a winner. If I remember correctly, look at there, I got a mark by it. See my little check mark? That means I picked that number and I bought that number. I bought that number for $1. This was a $500 ticket. But you see how many numbers I picked. Every one of them that's marked with a check, every one of them that's marked is the numbers that I bought. Some of them I bought for 50 cents and some of them I bought for $1. On that one right there that I done, I mixed it up a little bit, and I know I won 500 bucks on that one. So, folks, I hope y'all like this video. Like and subscribe, and you can see how many numbers I get out of all this right here. And by how I'm getting them off of previous draws. Previous draws on where I'm marking them, and that gives me my significant pattern. You just flip the page, go to the next one, and you draw it down in the same pattern that it was drawn. And then you do the same thing right here. You do them all the way across. If you look at every one of these right here where I've got arrows going to number, that means that those numbers won. Those numbers are winners. So, just continue to go through your sheets until you get all of these 40 numbers, 40 blocks, until you get every one of them written in. And how I got that on this previous draw number, right there, and do this right here correctly, then go through all your previous drawings. And then you will have all your 40 numbers done. Then when you have numbers, it could be a winner. All right, like and subscribe, everybody. Thank you very much.